it's Catrina again, and I know it's been so long since my last video, but I'm really excited about this one. This time I'm going to be showing you how to make Strombolis, and I'm also going to make some breadsticks. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get started. So, as you can see, I'm here in my kitchen. I've had a little upgrade since the last time we did a video. Yeah, so it's really nice. So I'm all ready to start cooking. So we are going to be cooking. Yeah. I have my CGTT hat and my apron. This is a fishing apron gear. Yeah. So we are going to get started cooking our Strombolis. Okay, so I'm going to show you all the ingredients you'll be needing. As you can see, I got my hat all puffed up, so it's nice now. And so yeah, I'm just going to show you the ingredients. So you are going to be needing organic sugar, or you can just use regular sugar. This is a 10-pound bag, and then you'll also be needing some flour and yeast, and then we have some olive oil, some salt, and some garlic powder. You will also need some warm water. Okay, so we are going to start by adding our flour, sugar, salt, yeast, and garlic powder into a large bowl. And we will have the recipe for all of this listed below, so I'm not going to tell you all the amounts of the ingredients in the recipe. So I'm just going to start adding my flour. Now I'm going to add the yeast. Now the sugar. So now I'm going to add the salt. Okay, so now last I'm going to add the garlic powder. Now I'm going to just mix this all together. Okay, so now we are going to, we just hooked our bowl onto our KitchenAid mixer, and we just put the dough hook attachment onto it, and so we're just going to make our dough in this. You can also use a wooden spoon if you don't have a KitchenAid mixer. Okay, so now you're going to add your warm water and olive oil. Okay, so now we're just gonna mix it all up with our mixer. I would turn it on about medium speed and just mix it all up until it's completely combined. It's all combined, and now all we have to do is add the rest of the flour. So what I did was I added half the flour earlier, so now I'm just gonna add the rest. Okay, so if you have added all the flour that the recipe tells you, and your dough is still a little bit sticky, you can just keep adding flour until you get a soft dough that's pretty much not sticky. So we're gonna just mix this in. So my dough's still a little bit sticky, so I'm just going to add about another, like a little bit more flour. So just keep adding flour until your dough's not sticky anymore. So once the dough's finished, we're just going to take the dough out of the bowl, then wash the bowl, make sure it's really clean, and then we just take I made the dough into a nice ball, and then we're just going to take a paper towel and put a little bit of olive oil on it, just like this, maybe a bit more, and then you just spread it out across your whole bowl. Just make sure you give it a pretty good coating. So now that it's all coated in olive oil, we're just going to take this ball of dough and put it into the bowl. Then we'll just cover it with a towel, and let it rise for 30 minutes. I like to put mine in the oven. While it rises, just make sure that your oven's not on. The dough has finished rising, and now we are going to preheat the oven to 425. So now we're going to roll out our dough and shape it into Strombolis, but before we go any further, let's watch Bentley question.
Hi guys, welcome to Bentley questioning time. I'm Bentley the Stall. I know you haven't seen me in a long time, but I'm Bentley the Stall of Bentley questioning.
Hi, Bentley.
Hi Catrina.
I'm really glad to see you back. It's been a long time since we've done a Catrina episode.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I'm going to ask you your questions. Okay, the first question is, what is your favorite thing to do when you're bored?
I think it's play with the cat.
Okay, with cats. And the next question is, what is your favorite drink?
Root beer.
Okay, and the final question is, what is your favorite game?
Trivial Pursuit.
Okay, why do you like Trivial Pursuit?
Because it's fun.
Okay, well, that was Bentley questioning time.
Please leave a comment below for which questions you want Catrina to ask me. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm going to be using Pampered Chef stone pans, but any regular cookie sheets will work just as good. So I'm just going to start out by spraying all my pans. So I'm going to take about a quarter of the dough to make one Stromboli. I doubled the recipe because I wanted to make 4 Strombolis. If you only want 2, then you can just do the regular recipe. So I'm going to just dust it with flour lightly here, and then I'm going to roll out a rectangle. About this much should work. This isn't gonna be big enough. So I'm just gonna start rolling it out into about like this long and then like this wide. So now that we have it all rolled out, we're just gonna put the toppings on. So I have some cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese, and then I also have my garlic, and I just like to sprinkle some garlic on here, then I'll put my cheese on. So I'm just gonna get a spoon. So I'm just gonna sprinkle my garlic on. You can put whatever kinds of toppings you like, you know, like pepperonis and whatever other things that you like. I just am going plain here. So about that much garlic is how much I'm gonna put. And then I will just do the cheese. So when you're doing this, just make sure you keep it about 2 to 3 inches, or maybe even 4, away from the edges, just because we're going to have to fold those up later. So I'm just going to add my cheese, just like about that much of this, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of the mozzarella. So about that much cheese is how much you're going to put on it. So now we're just gonna fold it up. So we're gonna take this end and just pull it up like this, then that end and pull it up over, and then we take these 2 ends and fold them in and then we're just gonna like pinch it together a little bit. Just make sure it's all together. Okay, so there we go. It's all folded up, and now we're just gonna carefully move it onto the pan. So now the next step is we are just going to take this egg and separate the yolk from the white. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. So you just crack the egg, and then I just like to toss the yolk between the two carefully. Make sure you don't break the yolk because that could just make a mess. So once I get it all separated pretty much, I'll just dump it into there. There you have it. So I'm just going to use this egg white, and you can just do away with the yolk or whatever. To brush this, you can use the yolk to brush this, but it kind of gives it a weird flavor. I like the white better. So I'm just going to take it and do a kind of thin layer across the whole Stromboli. So once you have completely brushed it with your egg whites, you are just going to put it in your oven for between 13 to 15 minutes, or until golden brown. So with a little bit of the extra dough, I decided to make myself a little tiny mini Stromboli. So I'm just gonna fold it over here. And I think I stuffed it too much. Like that. So while my Strombolis are cooking, well, your Strombolis are cooking, you can make all your additional sides. I'm going to make my breadsticks while they cook. I decided that I'm going to save my breadstick recipe for a different video because it's just going to take a while and stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to do my breadsticks. So they are all done. I actually had to cook it for 10 minutes longer than the recipe said. So just warning you, if the recipe, here it might not be right, I'm gonna turn off my oven. So this is what they look like after they've come out of the oven. Yeah, they look really pretty. So now all we have to do is eat them. So now you can just slice it up into nice slices. So now I'm gonna try it.
Oh, so good.
Thank you so much for watching this Catrina episode. I really liked cooking the Strombolis and I had a lot of fun. Don't forget to subscribe and please leave a comment below on what we should do for our next video. And last of all, just please subscribe. Bye!